Hello, guys and gals. It is I, the Monster, and today we're doing gaming pickups. My gaming pickups from about November of last year to right now, currently in April 2024. Initially, when I was putting together the video, I was like, okay, I'm going to just do the first 3-4 months, but I decided to stretch it out to about a 6-ish month radius to kind of give a little more to the video. So we're just going to start this off the cuff, and we're just going to go right at it. I don't know if I've ever actually done one of these before. I've probably dabbled a little bit, so this is like the first time. If this is the first time I'm doing it, then I'm pretty pumped about it. Okay, so first game that I'm going to talk about is one that I've looked at for a while now. I was supporting it when the first game came out. I was all about it coming to America, and I never got around to picking it up, and then they announced another one, and I never got around to picking that up, and then it was a little tricky to find them at the time, and then they announced that they were, Bandai Namco announced that they were bringing them to Steam and Switch, and so I picked it up on Steam, but for some reason I still wanted it on the Switch. We're going to get to that, and that is Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Complete Edition. So this is basically the two Digimon Cyber Sleuth games. I believe the other one's called Hacker's Memory. Yep, Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory. And it's all of the DLC and I believe the pre-order contents on this version of the game, which was another reason why I wanted the Switch version. The Steam version's great, but I don't know what it is. I guess I just wanted to play it on my Switch or my handheld. As you can see, I still haven't gotten around to opening it, but I picked this up in November. I think Amazon wanted like $15 for it, and it was a no-brainer, so I snagged it. Eventually, I will get to this. So I don't know. I'm pretty pumped about it. From what I played of it, though, I will say this, though. It's definitely very Pokemon-esque, but then there's some interesting things going on with the typing system. And there is a lot of talking. I mean, it was a Vita game at one point, but it's still a really interesting title, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. Okay, so a lot of these games I got either from like a gift card, a deal, or I said, okay, I'm going to just jump all in on this. So this was one of the games that I jumped in on. I pre-ordered it the second it was announced. I knew I had to play this game because I have the original version of the game. I have a box copy of it, actually. And admittedly, I never beat the game because I was too young and stupid and didn't go back to it. So, that being said, I picked up the remake of Super Mario RPG that came out around that time. And, man, dude, this game rocks. I don't know, I'm going to try my best to do the cover thing, but every time I try to do this, the camera fails me. But this remake is done by Art Piazza. These are the guys that do the Dragon Quest games on the 3DS, and I believe the DS as well. And these guys just knocked it out of the freaking park, man. I mean, what more could be said about this? It's just phenomenal. The cutscenes are beautiful. I think those are actually like rendered like 60 FPS. Everything just looks great. It performs better. I think there's a couple of changes with the menus. I know that you could go back and to old music and go to new music. It's a quick romp. I'm not gonna lie to you. You could probably beat this game in like 15 hours or so. But man, I just think if you have a Switch, this is like a must-have game to play. It's just fun. This is like I'm sure you've heard this. This is a very good starter, like beginner RPG if you want to get into the genre. So yeah, and also I'm so happy that Gino and Mallow are back in any capacity. It's a real shame they didn't do amiibos for this because I would have been all over it. Put Gino in Smash. Okay. So the next game is essentially my Christmas gift. This was a game, the only game I asked for. It was the only thing I really wanted, and my brother came in with the clutch on this one. So shout outs to him, and that is Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Oh man, this game right here, man, is phenomenal. It's got all of the quirk and the charm and the weirdness that was sort of up. Sometimes it's missing from the Mario series, I feel like. I don't play every single Mario game. I'm not like the craziest Mario fan on planet Earth, but if there's a Mario title, 2D or 3D, that really is pulling to me, I'm going to jump at it and play it, and this was the one for me. I have not played a 2D Mario game, geez Louise, probably since like the DS or the 3DS. I really am not like super into the I don't know, most of the 2D Mario games for some reason don't really pull me in as much as those 3D ones do. But man, this one was great. I loved like the whole like plant aesthetic. I loved the little worm guy. I loved the bosses. I loved like what they did with Bowser. The only thing that it's not a complaint, it's just an observation, is they really aped a lot out of Rayman Origins and Legends. But I can't recommend this even more, man. This is a wonderful game, literally wonder. And you can play as all the different characters. There's all different like I played the game as Luigi, and it's just I don't know, man. It's just an awesome game. Again, what more can be said about this one? But Super Mario Bros. Wonder, if you have a Switch, no brainer. And actually, this game didn't take too long to beat too. Where it gets interesting when you get into the weeds of it, when you start going for secret levels and stuff, because there's a whole bunch of them, that's when it gets real challenging. But yeah, awesome game. And the new forms in this game are incredible, and there's like a badge system that's kind of cool too. So yeah, just a lot of new ideas in this, and I really like that they finally like did something fresh again with the Mario franchise. Okay, so we got the Mario games out of the way, right? So what's next, right? All right. So this was announced probably around the time of, I want to say maybe earlier, but I remember around November it was being talked about a lot on the social medias. And you had the Mario stuff being announced, and then this game got announced, and I was like, holy crap, I have to play this. It's been so many years. I have been dying to talk about this series on the channel. This is another one I wanted to talk about, and that is Dragon Quest Monsters. I love Dragon Quest Monsters. I also love Dragon Quest stuff in general. I have this funny, like, weird relationship with the Dragon Quest franchise. I'd like to talk more about it someday, but I have the original Dragon Warrior Monsters on the Game Boy, and I grew up playing that. I absolutely adore that game, and it was actually pretty challenging for a kid's game. And I played Joker when it came out on the DS. And I'm going to be very honest, I'm kicking myself now. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Joker series. And I had an opportunity to pick up Joker 2, but I just never got around to getting it. And another regret. However, this one popped up, this got announced, and it just looked a lot more like the older games. And they went with like a Dragon Quest 4, the main bad guy, Pizarro, I don't know how you say his name. And I don't know if this is an alternate take, if it's a canon take, I think it's an alternate take. But there's all kinds of new monsters, old monsters, and look, the performance of the game is not that incredible, the music's not that incredible, but the gameplay is so much fun. You could go into like a speedier version, so it's like almost like you're auto-battling. The breeding system is still pretty good for the most part. There's things about it that you can nitpick. I think that as far as Pokemon-like games go, this is one of the stronger ones. And to me, this is just like a fun, like solid, like maybe like, I don't like rating games like on a number scale, but this is probably like a 7, 8, that kind of range. And I think it's perfectly fine. It's serviceable. And the end of the game, there's like some zones that are really long. But I really was pleasantly surprised by this game. This is like, I think I beat this around 50 hours, maybe more. It's an awesome game. Anyways, I highly recommend Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. Awesome game. And hopefully we get more Dragon Quest Monsters in general. I just want to see a Dragon Quest Monsters that really delivers more on things. Again, I might do a video about it someday. If you guys want it, let me know. Okay. Okay, so the next one was, I might have screwed up the order here, but it's okay. This might have came around, I ordered it around, I think I ordered it around Black Friday, but it came later or something. And regardless, I got the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. Now again, I have not opened this either, because every single time I'm about to jump at it, something else has come out. This was a deal I got for like $40. I'm not paying full price for this, but listen, I've heard all this stuff about it, the ports, and some of the ports of this game, these old Metal Gear Solid games are like the PlayStation 3 stuff, and some of them aren't running as good, and there's audio, but I also saw that they're patching the game, and they're actually updating it, and they're putting care into it, and it's really nice to see that they really, Konami's finally stepping up. I don't know who's the team that's doing these Metal Gear Solid ports, but I grew up playing Metal Gear Solid 2 on the PS2. It's one of my favorite PS2 games. And I didn't have a ton of Metal Gear Solid in my life, but I had friends that had like 3 and 4, and I played all that stuff at their houses and checked them out. So for me, this is my chance to really jump back in and finally digest the whole Metal Gear Solid thing, because I've always loved like this universe and its characters. Admittedly, I don't know. I guess at a point in time I wasn't really vibing with it, but also because I picked this up. This is a long winding story. But what happened was when I moved into my house. A couple of things were missing from my collection, and one of the things that was missing was my copy of Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty on the PS2, and it was bothering me. There's actually another game or so I might be hunting down, but it was bothering me so much that I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm going on eBay. I'm gonna see how much it is, because I went to some gaming shops and they didn't have it, but they told me it was relatively like not expensive. So I think I paid like $15 for this, and it was like, I'm gonna put this down for a second. This was like pretty pristine for what it was, complete. I got the manual, I got the disc. I mean, it was very good for what it was. So overall, I'm happy I did that. So yeah, it was literally nagging at me that I didn't have this on the shelf. So I have Metal Gear Solid 2, and then I got the Metal Gear Solid collection. It has Metal Gear Solid 2 in it, it has 1 in it, it has Metal Gear Solid 3, and a bunch of other games. I think the NES games are on here too. So, yeah, I'm excited to check this out. Eventually, I will get to it. I kind of like made a promise to myself that I was going to play it. So, yeah, Metal Gear Solid. All right, so now we're kind of getting around to, I'm trying to time this correctly. This is around probably like late, like early February, right? Like February-ish. So I had a gift card that my family gave me, and for the holidays, and it was my birthday, and what happened was I wasn't sure what to do with it. Frankly, I was kind of confused, and some stuff happened in my life. I don't want to get into the whole thing here, but I've been looking around for jobs and different things, right? And I said, okay, well, I need something to like preoccupy my time, right? So obviously, my thing is playing games, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna use this gift card. It was a sizable gift card. Okay, I don't want to feel guilt here. So I decided to pre-order Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, I'm not gonna go into the detail of this because I already did a review of it. You can go and watch it. All I will say is that I think this game's great. I had very minimal ticks about it. I thought they knocked it out of the park. It's a massive game. It felt like a $70 game to me. And I want more people to check it out, and I hope they do. There's a recap on the menu. I don't know why nobody's talking about this. So, yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, wonderful game. Really just the perfect game to play right now for me at this juncture in my life, if you will. Okay, and then the next game is going to be another game that I actually reviewed as well. So we're going through everything, okay? So just bear with me here, folks. Okay, and that is Dragon's Dogma 2. Again, I did a review of this. I got the pre-order. I pre-ordered it with the gift card. I got my Steelbook. I don't know if I went all in on the Steelbook the last time, but we'll do it one more time. Steelbook. I said it was in the video that it was a picture of the map. It might be Vernworth, so I might have goofed on that, but you get the general idea of this. And yeah, this game, 12 years of waiting, incredible game. I absolutely loved it. Again, there's always going to be things you can nitpick, but I think for the most part it did its job. And if you're somebody new to Dragon's Dogma, you should check this game out. And again, there's no shame in waiting for a discount or anything. Like, I totally understand. Like, I told you, I wait for discounts. There's maybe like 2 or 3 games here that I really went for, like with full pay or whatever, pre-order. Okay. So the next one is going to be kind of like, I have to kind of build up the backstory here. So, I'm new to Final Fantasy VII. I've talked about this. I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy guy. It's not to say I hate it. I just never jumped into a bunch of them. I've only played bits and pieces of some of them, right? And for a while I was like, okay, like, who's this Zack Fair guy? Who's Zack? Who's this character that like is like the precursor to Cloud? What is this guy about? What's his deal? And for years, like since like my college days, I was told that is a train. For years, I was told about how Zack Fair's game Crisis Core on the PSP was this like amazing game, and how I had to play it. And I don't know, man. I I couldn't find my PSP for the longest time, and I wasn't really jumping to get it and whatnot. And then sure enough, they were like, at Square Enix, they were like, yo, dude, we're remaking it. We're calling it Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. So, I was going to buy it. Kind of got announced. It came out at a weird time. Every time I saw it on sale, I couldn't grab it because it just didn't happen. It eluded me. Eventually, it got hard. I will admit this. I had FOMO, fear of missing out, and I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to pay the money. I'm going to go on eBay. I'm going to find a copy of this game because I want a physical copy of it. I want to own it. And I'm going to play it. And I'm going to enjoy it. And I will say this. I paid probably close to $60. I'm not going to lie about this. It's probably worth like $40-$30. But I think for me personally, you know, I'm like an on and on, you know, I collect. Again, I'll probably do a video about that someday. But like, I really want a physical copy of this. For me personally, it was fine. I played through it. I just beat it a couple days ago. I enjoyed this game. I think that it's impressive to me how much they kept it similar to the PSP game. I know that, you know, there's a lot of stuff that made people happy about that. It's weird because it's still following the history of that original game and the original Final Fantasy VII, and not the remake and the new stuff. However, there's changes that make it look like the new stuff, and there's like little hints and things that it could be connected to the new stuff. And if you've played through Remake or Rebirth, you'll know what I'm talking about too, because there's a lot of multiverse stuff going on and live stream stuff going on. But it's just very like straightforward. It's a lot of a quick story and a lot of missions. These 5-10 minute missions to unlock items and do this and do that, and you go through the same 6-7 zones over and over again. If that doesn't bother you, it's a fun like romp. You could beat this game in like literally 15 hours. I think it took me like a little more, but it's a quick game. The voice acting's pretty good. The dialogue is like, some of it's like old school, like Nomura sounding like Kingdom Hearts stuff, and the other half of it's like pretty cool stuff. The weirdest part of this game that I have to take a jab at is that the cutscenes are not remastered or anything. So they've stretched out these old PSP cutscenes from the PSP game, and you're looking at them and you're like, huh, this doesn't look like this. The game for the most part kind of looks like a lower version of Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PS4. It's very confusing, man. Some of their faces aren't moving. Look, regardless of that, it's a fun game. I think if you're interested in Final Fantasy VII, if you're interested in Zack, if you're interested in this universe, you've got nothing to lose. You get to see a young Cloud Strife, a young Aerith. You get to feel the sadness of knowing what's about to happen to Zack. You get to see Sephiroth kind of normal for a little bit. Like, it's really interesting, man. Also, like, Genesis might be like the best and worst villain I've seen in a game in a long time. I like love and hate that guy so much. He talks in like plays and poetry, but he's also kind of cool. I don't know. And then Angeal is like Zack's mentor, and he's just kind of like typical anime mentor. Anyways, fun game. I thought it was cool. I don't know, man. You got to enjoy your 7 out of 10 games once in a while, and this is definitely one of those. But I'm very happy I got a physical, because I'm hearing that these are getting hard to find now, which sucks. And hopefully Square Enix is going to reprint this, and they'll reprint like Final Fantasy VII, a remake, not Rebirth, remake on the PS5. So yeah, this is just, Final Fantasy. This is a long name, dude. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Cool game. Cool game. Okay. We're getting down to the finals here, okay? I stretched this video out for a reason, because I wanted to make sure that when people watch this, they're like, alright, dude, we got it. This is what it is. This is a chill vibes video. I'm hoping it's just chill, man. Okay, so, next one is a little bit of history here, okay? I love this franchise. I got into it probably in the, how do you word this, the early to mid 2000s? I don't know. There's reviews of these games from me on my channel, old ones. There's some of my best reviews in my opinion too. And that I'm just going to get to it. This is Tales of Symphonia Remastered. I'm trying to like build this up, but it's not working, okay? So this is Tales of Symphonia Remastered. This is a semi-controversial remaster. It came out about a year or so ago, and it's not performing as well. Like, the game is not running as good as it used to back on the GameCube. I think it even ran better on the PS3, but don't quote me on that. It looks better. They fixed some stuff up. They redid some things. But when it came out, it was mostly botched. They screwed up the Switch port. I'm gonna explain why I got the Switch port. They had a PS4 version, and it was very like up and down. Then they patched them. And from what I've been reading and researching for a while, the Switch version is kind of more or less the more favored one now, and it's sold better. I don't know. There's like a debate, but I've been hearing that this is the best version now to get. I could be wrong. The reason why I finally picked this up is this was $20, which meant they were trying to clear house. Best Buy was like, yo, I'm sick of this crap. Get rid of Tales of... No, I'm sure. But they were probably just like, we're going to clean house now. And I went to get it, and it's sold out. And I was like, this sucks, man. And then you sit there, and you're like, do I want to buy this game or not? And then, here's what was weird. I go back about an hour later, okay? I go back an hour later. It says, there's some left. I go, okay. So I order it. And then... I got it I got the game, and then I went back to the page and it said sold out. So I'm thinking I got real lucky here, folks. I don't know. This one I am absolutely going to get to. As much as I love the Tales franchise, I'll be very honest, I never played Tales of Symphonia. I have it, this is going to sound real crazy. I have it on the GameCube. I bought it years ago. But that was around the time when I was getting into like the other consoles that were coming out, and I just never got around to playing it. Sometimes you buy stuff for cheap, especially 10 years or whatever ago when I saved so much money on it. But I decided that this is the time to jump in. The Switch is a great console, and I wanted a reason to play my Switch again because I've been playing a lot of PlayStation lately. So, yeah, Tales of Symphonia Remaster. It can't be that bad, right? For $20, I mean, come on. Come on now. Okay. Lloyd Irving. That's it, man. I'm still surprised this dude never got into Smash Bros. Alright. Last two games. So after that happened, another game that I've been looking at for about 2 months or so, out of nowhere dropped to about $40 from Best Buy. And I was like, oh my god, I gotta bite on this. This is, for me, going to be such a fun time sink. I played this demo. Dudes, if you're out there and you're looking for a great demo, you need to play the demo for this game. I'm going to explain in a second. The game is Unicorn Overlord by Vanillaware, put out by Atlas and Sega, or made by Atlas and Sega. Either way, it's out there, Vanillaware. These are the dudes that do like Odin Spear and what was that Dragon's Crown? Wow, I almost forgot the name there. That spooked me out. And, this is what I've been telling people that this is. This is basically if you took Fire Emblem, and those old ogre battle games on like the Super Nintendo, and they made love, and then they had a baby, and the baby was an auto battler. That's basically what this is. There's like 60 characters. They're all different characters, humans, beastmen, elves, everything, and they all have different classes and things, and you're moving around this map in this storyline to defeat a bad guy, and it's a high fantasy, and there's all different ways you could load out the characters, and then you get into the fights, and they're like almost like automatic. Like everything is synced up to what the abilities and the things are, and how the classes interact with one another. The game has a beautiful art style. But the thing that really won me over, because initially when I heard Unicorn Overlord, what kind of name is that, was that demo. That demo is like 7 hours long or something, 8 hours. It reminded me a lot of the Dragon Quest XI demo that came out years ago. And you could play the demo for that long and take your data and transfer it over. So that's what I did. This game, dude, rocks so far. I'm having so much fun with it. I've only put a couple hours into it, and I'm just having a blast, man. It's just nice. Also, the voice acting is really good for the most part. Like, I don't know, there's just a lot of love put into this game. I read an article recently that said that this game took them 10 years to make. So I really want people to go out there and support this. I'm not going to act like I have this crazy history of Vanillaware games, but I know that they bust their butts making those games, and people love them. And this one won me over. The second it played like a Fire Emblem game I was in. Yeah, man, I just love what I'm playing. The music is actually really great, too. The menu, like, there's a vibe. When you play this game, I am strangely in, like, a comfort like a comfy zone or something. And even though there's like people get killed and sword stabbing and whatever nonsensical little storylines going on, it's just a really fun vibe. It's a fun game. So yeah, Unicorn Overlord, $40. Come on, man. Yo, if you see this on sale, pick it up. Support these cool JRPGs, will ya? Okay. And this is the last one. This one you're not going to even see coming. So this one got announced months ago with all the other Mario games. And I was like, dude, what's going on here? You've got the Mario games, the Peach game, you got this coming out. Am I going to get to this? I have been waiting since forever to get back into this franchise, okay? I've been waiting for the one game, the one chosen one, because the last few have not been great. I have not touched this franchise since the original Nintendo DS, okay? And that is WarioWare Move It. This is... I was like, I'm going to play this. I watched people play it online. It looked awesome. It just looked like my kind of old school WarioWare game. There's like 200 games in here. They go on like a tropical island vacation thing with Wario and the characters and all these different mini games. It looks ridiculous in the best way possible. This was $30. It was $30 at Walmart. I would happen to be at a Target and I price matched for it. So for $30, I got pretty much a partially brand new game. When did this come out? January, December, something like that. So this is a brand new game, $30. And I'm going to check it out. Again, this is another one I didn't open because I literally just got it, folks. But yeah, so WarioWare Move It. I loved the WarioWare series when I was younger, but something happened where they started doing too many weird ideas with it, more than the normal amount of weird of the franchise, and it got off the rails in a way that lost me. But I feel like this one is kind of going back to the roots. And I don't know if it's performing well. I don't know what the situation is. I just hope more people get to play more of these games because it's such an experience. We talked about vibes before. This game is a whole damn vibe, dude. You know, if you just got your buddies with you or you're just bored out of your mind, you're like, doo. I cannot wait to like just make an ass out of myself and start waggling and doing dumb stuff to this. But yeah, man, WarioWare Move It. I'm such a sucker for the WarioWare stuff. But it just never got me. It's been hard, man, to be interested again. Okay, so I'm going to do the thing where you put all the games in front of my face. So this is everything that I've gotten since about November or so. This is my first gaming pickup. Please tell me in the comments below, what have you been playing lately? What are you interested in? Do you like any of these games? Check it out. Check any of them out. How are you buying them? Do you do deals? And, like, comment, subscribe, sub. Ring the bell, do what you gotta do, and I appreciate anybody who watches this video. Thank you so much. I apologize that it took a little long to get to. It's been kind of busy lately. And until next time, guys, peace out and enjoy. Play some video games, okay? Or buy some and leave them in the shrink wrap. I don't know. Gaming pickups #1!